Alright guys, back. This is the third fight out of four. Hope everybody enjoyed the first two. As always, show some love to the people who requested the fights. But now this is my fight. So welcome back into my head. Once again, it's Marvel vs. DC. Or DC versus Marvel, however you want to put it. It's always cool to put these characters like this together. These teams are badass. And we put Deathstroke, the Terminator, and Ravager, his daughter, versus Wolverine and his clone, or slash daughter, kind of, X-23. So two badass teams related. It's gonna be bloody, people. So let's see. Let's go into this and talk a little about the combats. Slade, yeah, Slade Wilson, Deathstroke the Terminator. The man is not called the Terminator not for a reason. Probably one of the greatest characters in the DC universe. This guy is a master of many forms of martial arts. His daughter Rose is pretty much just like him in some way, but she is trying to get out of Daddy's shadows. But unfortunately, look at her. Deathstroke is like he's a super soldier, pretty much. He's also has that immortality. He's pretty much immortal in some way. Rose, on the other hand, Ravager, is a part of the Titans, and she's pretty much, she has a power, like a pre-augmented power, that she can read her opponent before he or she makes a move. Something that Daddy kind of has as well. But these two kind of were on the same path at one point, but then they kind of shifted in a way. Daddy is still in that gray area, while his daughter, Ravager, is with the Titans, trying to lead, trying to be a good guy hero, you know, even though she's still kind of the outcast of the team, because, you know, she's willing to kill people, unlike some of the other fellow Titans. Slade, on the other hand, don't matter what, he'll kill you, and he's killed many people over the years. You name it, from Rachel, the other Adam. You know, he's killed a lot of people, and he's dangerous, man. This is a guy you don't want on your bad side. Same thing with Ravager. She's badass with them. She's very good with dual weapons. Those swords you see her carrying, she has taken it to a lot of people with those swords. And she's another character you don't want on her bad. Stay on her good side. But with Slade being kind of the manipulator, Slade is manipulator in the early years, you know. Ravager, his daughter, you know, she wanted to be just like him. What did she do? She cut her own eye out, just like Daddy, to be just like Daddy at one point. But she's trying to get out of it, you know. But when these two combine forces, like they did in the Blackest Night stuff, they're badass. They're like really, really unbelievably a cohesive unit, as well as just badass. They're just so great to see work together. Even though Ravager kind of doesn't really like Slade as much, her father too much, but when they work together, it's done data. It's a done deal. And that's the point that I say when these two get together. You know, but that's Ravager and Deathstroke. So we move on to the Marvel Universe, and we head to one of the most recognizable mutants and his clone slash daughter, Wolverine, the best at what he does, and what he does is not pretty. And Wolverine, of course, James Howlett, Logan, however you want to call it, Healing Factor, Unbreakable Bones, you name it. in X-23, the 23rd clone, 23rd attempt to cloning Wolverine finally succeeded, and Laura is the product of what came out. She's just like Wolverine in pretty much every way. As Wolverine has a healing factor, so does X-23. She has healing, but they say her healing factor is more powerful, more stronger than Wolverine's because of she didn't get the bonding process of the adamantium to the rest of her skeletal structure like Wolverine did. Just like Wolverine, she has the unbreakable claws, she has the healing factor. She can basically, I've seen her pretty much at one point, both characters lose a limb at one point and they'll detach it back on. It's like, okay, like these characters are godlike. They're pretty much godlike. It's like, what can you do to them and they won't get up from? Well, pretty much say lob off their heads. But it's like, how can you really lob off the head by trying to get through that unbreakable skeletal structure of them? Well, like I said, Wolverine, but X-23, you might. But she's just so fast and so quick. Like her dad, I'm just going to say it like that. These two characters have, Wolverine and X-23 have, Wolverine has over 300 pounds of metal in him, and he's so fast, so quick, master of many martial arts. It's like this guy is a living weapon. Same thing with X-23. She was made to be his equal. And they both have a rage that when they are in that rage state, that berserk rage, be somewhere else. You don't want to be around them. That's just the way it is with them. They have worked together, and X-23 has gone out on her own now. She's trying to find her place in the world, not just as being Wolverine's clone. Wolverine has stated, I'm not remembering what comic, but he has stated that he wants to officially adopt Laura, X-23, as his own daughter, because that he's always said he's pretty much the closest to family that she has. Her mother doesn't want anything to do with her, so who better to be kind of like your father figure than Wolverine? But X-23 and Wolverine are badass. They're both characters that you don't want to piss off. You don't want them hunting you down, because they will find you. It's not like you can hide from them forever. They will find you. And that's just the way it is between these two characters. They will find you if you are running from them. So putting these two teams together as a fight, the way I look at it is, I would have it stay continuity of what happened in X-Men Titans, where Wolverine and Slade did go at it, and it was a good fight. It was really cool. So it was like Deathstroke sees Wolverine, and he's like, I remember you, and I always wanted another crack at you. Same thing with Wolverine, probably say the thing, but this time X-23 is with him, and Ravager, by the hand, a stroke of luck, is with him, with Daddy as well. But I say it like this. I love all these characters, and I'm not going to be biased in this fight, but I say it like this. This fight would be bloody, to the point where it's just going to be a bloodbath. And it also goes on to say whose healing factor is stronger, Whose is stronger? All of them have a certain kind of healing factor. And it's going to be like whose healing factor can take the most before they overuse it, to the point of like it shuts down on them. But that's just me. But you guys tell me who wins. Slade and Ravager, or Wolverine and X-23.